So we conducted a long-term project work in design one, as we call it, which is engineering design, the first of three this semester, where normally students would build a device in the workshop. That not being possible, students were asked to prove their concept essentially with some basic testing and proof that it meets the requirements that they themselves set out. That necessitated prototyping in the home with, we had groups do Lego builds. We had groups do Lego builds, which then graduated to cardboard construction, and then graduated to MDF or wooden construction and things like that. Cutting up plastic tubs and whatever it might be.
We got some blue water going here too. You can see it. It's coming through some little sprayer sprinklers. It's too thin to see, but actually it's creating a thin mist. You can see it collecting on my hand with the blue. A thin mist from 1, 2, 3, 4.
One hole is made in the container lid and two in the can with a sharp knife. The primer is mounted in the can and hose is connected to the inlet and outlet. The whole lid is screwed on after the container is filled and the jam jar lid is attached to the primer bulb. Optional wire can be wrapped around the tube tip to form it down, and this tube can be placed anywhere around the house like a sink or wall.
The other thing that we offered for students who took on more complex designs initially is the service where we had some professional staff able to attend our workshops. And they were given, we requested basically an initial concept from the students, worked with them to develop that concept, build it, and then provide them a video detailing what our staff did with guidance on which tools that were used, processes and order of processes, and as well as a bit of feedback on how the function works before sending those devices out.
The most important thing for this is finding a way to fix the foot pedal relative to the dispenser so that we don't have issues as the foot pedal moves around and the tension on the line changes. But overall, this is a simple and effective way for improving the quality of sanitizing your hands and keeping sort of your hands and arms away from those danger zones. So good job, Team 3.
So while it's not 100% the same as working with advanced tools with their own hands, they still get some exposure to how are you going to get things to work, how are you going to get them to fit together, and what are the processes I need to follow to build my device. And also that additional service of, okay, here's how you might be doing it with a reasonable amount of skill in our student workshops with a lot of detail, dozens of minutes of feedback, if not hours of feedback on how that process went.